Welcome to Spreading the Floor with your hosts, Jacob Cooperman and Nigel Petty Fernandez. Your go-to podcast for basketball's forecast.
Spreading the floor.
Spreading the floor.
The jiggiest podcast
On the planet.
on the planet. Who else you know that's doing all this? Going to the lengths that we go to.
That's right.
We're starting off with Bum Bum Granada.
Beautiful.
How many day parties, how many outside parties have you heard this at?
0.
0? Weirdly enough, I've heard it at 1.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Is that where it came from?
I was getting, yeah.
You were getting jiggy
I was
with it?
getting jiggy with it. I was moving the hips. All right, let me not. No, seriously though. Spreading the floor. We're back.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
This song sounds like Hennessy.
This song. This song does sound like yeah. I didn't even drink Hennessy. I don't even drink it all. But I weirdly enough, I know what you mean by that. Do you know what I mean?
Smelled it before.
I smelled it. You know what I'm saying? You get a little. Yeah. Like that. That should be. I was gonna.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So I've been outside with that song before. It gets everyone jumping.
That's right.
It gets everyone, and that's what we want to do here with you at the podcast. But I guess should we break the news?
Should we break? Yeah. Well,
It'd be a weird juxtaposition because I just was playing Dominican party music and then.
Well, no, I mean,
then we have to drop the sad bomb.
It's business. It's
business.
Nothing personal. We were given a great opportunity.
Yeah.
We were signed by what was it called again?
Don't tell me you forgot the name of the network.
By Ball in the Six.
Dude, the guy that runs it is gonna be so fit. He's gonna be like, oh, pettiness?
No, I don't know. That's my last. All right, that's my last name. I don't.
He legitimately forgot. Okay, for anyone that doesn't know, well, actually, you probably will know if you look at the cover art on this podcast. We are no longer sponsored by Ball in the Six, and we are no longer presented by ATB News.
ATB.
It has been an amicable split. I want to thank Don for the opportunity. He didn't feel that it was the best idea to move forward. He wishes us all the best, and he thinks that we will be great. He told me to extend those wishes to you, Nigel.
Thank you.
So I want to extend
of course.
A thank you. Even though it didn't work out, like you said, that's the business.
Business is business. We wish the best for him. You know, we were happy. We were happy to represent the brand and everything. But I think it's gonna be best for the both of us as long as both parties are moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know, and who knows? Maybe one day our lines will cross again, but you never know. So.
Yeah. Well, I won't. I'm not gonna blow up that conversation. But it was something along those lines. So, yeah. But thank you for the opportunity, Don. I'm sure you're listening or watching. I feel like he's probably going to think that we're going to come on here and say some foul shit, but that's not really what we're going to do.
No, absolutely. There's no hard feelings.
Hard feelings.
No, he gave us a great opportunity, got us a lot of viewers. He sponsored it on his thing. He did nothing but great things for us, and it was awesome to be part of it. And we're just waiting for the next opportunity.
We're just waiting and it's going to come along, baby. We're growing every single day.
That's right.
I'm still putting in that work.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Producing. Nigel still comes in here every single day. Blood, sweat, and tears are poured into this podcast.
Yeah, once a week.
Once a week.
I come in here every day, once a week.
Every day, once a week for 1 hour, maybe an hour 15.
Sometimes an hour 15.
We see how it pans out.
That's right.
So, well, you know, it's kind of, I'm not gonna lie to you guys listening here. It's been a very light news week in the NBA, which honestly, it's the off season. I kind of expected that to happen. If you really think about it, there's gonna be some weeks where it's a lull.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movement within the GM and the head coaching scene, which we can talk about.
Well, this is kind of like this week is kind of like, you know, this time period is like kind of like the prequel to the trades,
right? Yeah.
To the draft and everything.
It's a weird limbo area.
We're kind of getting an image for how this season is gonna come out. Who the big players are gonna be. We see the 76ers making big moves.
Yeah.
We see the Nets making big moves.
Yeah.
We're looking
Rockets.
we're looking at a pretty big rise in the East between those two teams, and then you also have to count in the Heat and the Bucks and all that as well.
Yeah.
Over in the West, we got some major moves as well. We got some rumors going on. So it's been interesting. It's been light, but, you know, you can't always have breaking basketball news every week because
you can't.
When you have that, we don't get to talk about everything. And I think it's better that we get to cover, you know, what's going on. We get to see the bigger picture.
Right, yeah. Life is more than just breaking news in basketball.
Right.
In a perfect world, in a perfect podcasting world, Russell Westbrook would be getting traded and Paul George would be getting traded in a 3-team deal with another team, unspecified.
Right.
Something like that would be happening every single day, but that's just not how it works out here in the not only in the basketball world, but in the podcasting world.
Yeah, that's right.
Some days you have some light news days, you know?
That's good. It's for the best.
It's for the best.
Because you can't have big news days if you don't have light news days.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because then everything, I feel like after that, the big news days would just lose all their meaning.
Yeah, it would just be news days.
It would just be like, oh, cool. Fucking LeBron went to the Pelicans. Great.
Yeah.
Sick. Which would be a wild trade, honestly. I don't even know how they'd pull that off. Probably would never have
probably
never
wouldn't
happen.
Yeah.
But, yeah, all right. Without further ado, what do we want to jump into first? Now, I figured today, this episode, we could talk about Halloweekend. I didn't do much. I know a lot of people didn't do much. We could talk about Halloweekend. I mean, it's more of a freestyle episode today because, honestly, there wasn't a lot to talk about. We'll give some people some calls.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe debate some people, get them angry.
Yeah, we love doing that.
Have them yell at us over the phone.
What'd you do for Halloween? What'd you dress up as?
I dressed up as myself and I gave candy to kids.
Did you?
I ate an entire pie. What did I have? A pie of pizza. I had a chicken vodka slice.
Nice.
And I had some chicken marsala. I was eating like hell.
Yeah.
I was in there. I had some ice cream afterwards. So yeah, that was pretty much my Halloween. I went home. I didn't do much.
Yeah.
So
you were home. You were giving candy out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised that they're trick or treating.
Yeah, there was like a group of like 14 kids, and then 14, and then there was another scraggling group of about 5. That was the only really kids that we saw that night.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
it wasn't much.
I wouldn't expect it to be a lot.
We
you
just
probably get a big usually, like not this year, but you guys usually probably get a pretty decent.
Dog, my neighborhood is Halloween Central usually.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Sounds
we
beautiful.
get dicks being drawn on the pavement.
Oh, nice.
Mad people's houses are getting TP'd. It's actually really annoying after a while because, you know, you just have these little kids. They just want to fuck around. Some of the younger kids, they'll come and they'll get candy. You know, they're great. They're coming with their parents. You give them candy. Thank you. Have a good Halloween.
Right.
Then you got the little shits in high school and middle school that are just out there. You know what I'm talking about. Everyone has that phase where you just go out and you want to cause havoc in some way or another.
Yeah.
And then also get candy out of it. So we sometimes get the smart asses. But yeah, this Halloween, it was just really quiet. I also, by the way, invested in a hoop.
Did you?
So I've been shooting. Yeah.
You've been shooting, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're gonna have to go.
Working on my phone.
We're gonna have to. Oh, my bad.
That's right.
We're gonna have to head over there once it's all. We'll draw some court lines and everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was thinking about potentially doing a 1v1 game, putting it up on the network.
Me and you?
Yeah, I mean that,
Yeah.
or like we team up or something.
Yeah, sure. We could do 2v2s.
Whatever it is.
We could do 1v1.
You know, just like go to the court, drop people off, spreading the floor edition.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm getting real confident in my jump shot, man.
Oh yeah.
I know we kind of demoed that on the on a past episode.
Yeah.
It's very much improved.
Good.
I pirated Steph Curry's masterclass. Now I'm playing, but I got
that's all you would have to do.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you pirate that, and Steph Curry will teach me the rest.
I know. I'm always so rusty, but once I get back into it, I usually get the hang of it again.
What's your staple? What's your go-to move, Nudge?
Just simple crossover to the bucket.
To the hole.
I take it to the rim every time. I'm not a big shooter.
You're not a big shooter?
I can shoot. I'm not very good at knocking down threes, but I can hit a mid-range pretty confidently. But I am more one to just take it to the bucket.
Because I assumed your bread and butter was a Chris Paul-esque fadeaway mid-range. That's what I see you. Maybe that's the shot that you want to hit the most because that's the one I see you going for the most.
I just don't practice enough to be making those consistently.
Well, we're out to the court.
When I was making, when I was in high school, when I was practicing, like I knock a couple of those down a game, but no, I'm very much. I mean, you put me anywhere near the basket, as long as I can get as long as I can jump, I'll usually try to get a shot off.
Right. No, I got you.
Usually put it in pretty decent clip.
So so you can't basically if you're telling people that if they want to go up against you in a 1v1 or let's just say a team situation, that they shouldn't be giving you space.
Yeah,
no space at all.
Well, I mean, you just listen. I'm not, I don't want to act all cocky, but I will say that there are not many people I played against that have been able to slow me down in a one-on-one. I'm usually pretty decent in one-on-ones. Team stuff is different. I'm very pass first. But on one-on-ones, I usually
you be cooking.
I go up against a lot of people one-on-one. I know how to handle tall people, short people, big people, slow people, fast people. There's everyone has their weaknesses. I like exploiting them.
Dude, that's the thing. If you watch enough basketball, you know how to exploit people.
Yeah.
For instance, I was playing a game of 3v3 the other day, and they had this guy, biggest dude on the court, must have been 6'3", 6'4", and he was one of the clumsiest people I've ever met in my life, right? At that point, I was shooting at a high clip, and I was making it at a high clip, right? So people knew I was a threat at the perimeter.
Yeah.
So what I do is I catch. Matter of fact, do it. Should I do it again?
Do it again.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna put the mic up to here and see if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we can.
So I come up, right? I'm at the 3-point line.
Right.
And I go up.
Pump fake.
Right? Routine stuff.
Right.
He jumps. At this point, because I was pretty trash at basketball growing up. I was the kid that got picked last. So I wasn't. I wasn't used to the kids picking me, or even jumping at my pump fakes.
Right.
Matter of fact, I've heard "let him shoot" more times than I can count. Okay, so this kid was not only not letting me shoot, but he jumped on a pump fake.
Right.
I see red, so I'm going towards the hole. Dribble, but I see my man Kyle coming in on the cut. He's on the other team.
Right.
We'll call him later. Okay. He's coming in on the cut. He's right there. He's outside of the paint.
Right.
So I'm like, I can't go in there.
Yeah.
That's suicide. He's gonna swap my shit. I stop, drag back.
Right.
And I shit you not, the big man's legs buckled, his knees buckled.
For real, wow.
And that is the best. And then of course I step back and completely airball the open three. But I was feeling like a pro.
Yeah.
I was feeling like a pro. That must have been.
Sounds like a good clip, man.
It was. We gotta. I wish I had filmed it, dude. That's why we gotta go to record sometime and just talk mad shit.
Yeah.
And see how many people we can drop off.
Yeah. No. I mean, I don't know. I'm too rusty to where I'd want to play against like random people, but I'm down for whatever. I guess it's just I want to go play. It's just so much work I have on my, like, especially this time of the year.
Over the semester, yeah.
Oh my god!
For anyone that's wondering, we go obviously to college. We're in the mass comm room of our college right now, specifically the podcasting booth, and it's around finals time.
Yeah,
we got about a week and a half left. 2 weeks.
Yeah, we have this week and the next week, and then finals start. And I have a boat. I'm not even worried about finals right now. I just have a boatload of stuff to do in the meantime.
Do you have any finals projects? Because I have a ton of finals projects. I just have one finals test. I
have one final project that I know of, one finals test.
Yeah.
And then I have just tons of essays leading up to it.
Tons of essays.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you got to write it. You're an English major, correct? Or an English minor?
I'm an English major and a media broadcast major.
Okay. So you're double majoring then?
Yeah, but I'm going to get my master's in media broadcast.
What a fitting profession for you, Nige.
Thank you.
Seeing as you are a wizard on the mic. These are you feeling? I'm feeling good about these kind of episodes.
No, I'm.
Every once in a while.
No, I feel good about. I feel good about the podcast in general. I just hope it's something that people want to hear.
I think so. Because listen, I mean, I'm not going to give away too much, but we've been getting good feedback.
Yeah, we've been getting very good feedback.
You know, in terms of just the listeners, how long they're tuning in for.
Steady growth.
Yeah, we're getting steady growth.
Yeah, no.
I think you know what it is. The Zoom kills it. Zoom. Nobody wants to hear Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom's hard because there's a delay.
Yeah,
it's not really like talk. It's not really like having a conversation, which is me and you. We talked about this before.
Like, yeah, we're chopping it up.
Me and you are bread and butter is just having a conversation, talking it out.
Right.
Zoom makes it so you gotta have a complete, coherent thought.
Right.
And then give someone else a chance to speak.
It's more like first take than anything, than a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of almost exact. Even the way I edit it.
Yeah.
I'll have the zoom ins. It's pretty much like first take.
Well, are we gonna be able to film in person over the winter break?
If you're down, I'm down, man.
Could we just go to your? Are we gonna do it in the city, or are we gonna go to your house? Or?
I got a podcasting studio in the city, not in mine, but I know that we can. I'll put money into it. We could definitely go, or you can come to mine, whatever works.
Yeah, I'll do either one.
You know, because I know it's for I'm sure for the people listening to this, it's easier as well.
Yeah, the show must go on.
The show must go on.
We came here to finish what we started, man.
What? Yeah, that's the thing, man. Finishing what we started, and we start. This is going to be a repeat of episode 20, isn't it? From humble beginnings.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're gonna finish it. No matter where it takes us, we're gonna finish. That's also something too, where it's an amicable split. Obviously, I was a little bit disappointed, and I want to be completely transparent with you guys on the mic. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I wasn't disappointed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm gonna be doing this wherever I am, whatever time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna always be here for you guys, for the 25 to 30 people that are listening concurrently. We thank you for your support, and we'll always be, I'm gonna be here always. I'm gonna be doing stuff for you guys. It's just it's now the future is just a tad bit more uncertain, but that's okay. That's life. That's literally life.
Well, no, I mean, listen, for the supporters of the podcast, I mean, Coop has the ability to do the podcast no matter where he is. He has the drive, he has the motivation. I am totally on board. I'm right here with him. I'm supporting him. I got his back. He knows that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do great things. You know what I'm saying? We do this podcast. We built this podcast. Dom helped with a couple
100%.
of things. And we're thankful for that. We learned a lot from him, but now we are able to take that knowledge that we learned and move forward with it. And the more experiences we get, the better that we're gonna be.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's the great thing with something that you love is you can only grow.
Yeah.
Even if your express intention going into editing is to just get it done.
Right.
I'll find myself applying something new that I didn't even know about the last time.
Right.
For instance, I did the cover art over. That was some of the stuff I had just learned. I looked up on YouTube. It comes when you love something, growth comes naturally.
Absolutely.
So yes, the future of this podcast will be illustrious. Great.
Oh yeah.
Greatness.
Oh yeah.
But again, yes. And I'm also not discounting the fact that you also have other ventures that you are into, Nigel, and you are very talking about flexibility and mastering your craft. Nigel, you are one of the best at what you do on ICTV, on a camera-to-camera basis, and just being an on-air personality. Listen, we're the dynamic duo of this shit, man.
I believe so. I believe that's what they call us.
Two worlds crashing together to create the perfect pod.
That's how it meant, man. It's beautiful. It's the best of both worlds.
The best of both worlds. All right. Enough fucking around. No, I'm playing. Do we want to get into some NBA news? Because apparently,
we gotta get into that.
not even apparently, I know some people are going to be like, why? They've been talking for 16 minutes. Get into the fucking NBA news already. What do we want to get into first? We can get into Daryl Morey hires the president of the 76ers.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, essentially, my initial reaction to Daryl Morey to the 76ers was the height difference from the Rockets.
Yeah.
Because most of the starters on Philadelphia are pretty damn long and tall, and that's how they play.
Yeah. Very
defensive-minded team. Their offense is very interesting with the way they run it. They don't really rely on the three ball all that much. Daryl Morey, he's coming from a team where they rely on ISO three ball defense, so that could be a good matchup. But besides that, interesting matchup. Again, Daryl Morey's a great GM. He has the record to show it, but I don't know, man. This 76ers team. Also, it can't hurt that Doc Rivers is at the helm there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Daryl Morey to the 76ers. I'm going to be honest with you. It seems like it's again a schematic fit that just doesn't make a lot of sense.
I don't know. I think it'd be interesting because the Rockets have some star-studded players. And I wasn't thinking about this myself, but me and some of my friends back in the room were talking. It's like maybe that was a strategic plan. Maybe we're gonna grab some of the players from maybe the Rockets. Maybe we get like a surprise big trade that
the Rockets 2.0.
And we get like maybe James Harden or something, and we get Russell Westbrook over there. And then you got the best of both worlds type of situation. I don't know. I see where you're coming from, but I don't think that he's going to be incapable of doing this. The Rockets, the 76ers are not going to be, not going to fit well. I think, they're going to build chemistry. They're going to be fine. I think they have a good coach.
So you think if they bring over extra people that it's going to be – do you think that's the only way that this plan could work short term? Because, again, I will remind everyone listening that the 76ers are in a special type of cap hell right now because they overpaid the shit out of everyone.
Yeah. Well, only time will tell, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think a change in management, change in coaching, I think that's the best thing that can happen to that team. They gotta get some new minds in there with new ideas. Because what was happening, it got them pretty far. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
They made big improvements in the last decade, but they need someone to pull them out of this hell, like you just said.
Yeah, and it's almost like, do you bank on the fact that you need a changeup and completely ignore, again, the schematic fit? I think if you're the 76ers, you do.
Yeah.
But again, I just have my questions about Daryl Morey at the helm. I think, you know what? And again, I could be wrong. I could be eating my words, because a great GM is a great GM regardless.
Yeah. Well,
He's being handed some great pieces. I just, again, talked about him fitting into that system. The system might need to fit into him. The team might need to conform around the way he wants to play, because Joel Embiid I'm going to say he's a stretch big, but he's a versatile big. He can shoot the 3 ball.
Yeah.
If Ben Simmons ever gets a fucking jump shot,
yeah,
he could start shooting threes. Tobias Harris. I mean, they gotta. Do they conform to his way, or does he try to conform to their way and use his prowess as a GM? Because up until this point. Oh, no, excuse me. He's not the GM. He's the president of operations.
Yeah.
President of basketball operations. Because the GM signed a contract extension.
Yeah.
But I'd assume that he's going to have a very large say in the way that players are operating. I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell with this.
Time will tell. We got to give them a season. We got to see.
Yeah.
Obviously they're not going in there with no idea what's going on. They had a plan. They knew what they were doing. These are good people. I want to see the direction that they're going, because I think once the season starts, it's going to be quite obvious.
Yeah.
But we just don't know yet. We also don't know what the atmosphere of the NBA is going to be like. We don't know what the trades are going to happen. We don't know what the atmosphere of the Eastern Conference is going to be.
That's true. There's going to be a lot of things changing up, especially with free agency, the 50-game series season possibly.
We got to see.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to talk about next, the 50-game?
Yeah, we could talk about that. The players are really lobbying for that. They want to start on MLK Day.
Yeah. Well, they I have mixed feelings about that.
Why?
Because first of all, I understand they want their off season, and I don't blame them.
Right.
I want my off season too all the time.
Yeah.
They did have a very long hiatus. There was
in between,
4 months hiatus
with Corona and all that.
Yeah, where they were just at home, just chilling,
playing
all day,
Warzone,
literally just live streaming video games. I understand they want their off season, but at the same time, I don't know, man. I feel like they had their break. They had time. I don't know if they were. I get it, because they really weren't getting their bodies right. They weren't really training because they were all like stuck in their houses. But I think maybe that's even more of a reason to get back earlier, so you can just get out there and keep your skills up from the bubble.
Yeah, and also it should be mentioned too that the level of basketball that was played in the bubble, if you just look at Jimmy Butler after he took a layup and he was leaning on the guardrail, I think it got more grueling as it went along in the playoffs. Yeah. So yeah, you give him a fair amount of time. Let him relax, but also I think it should be an not interval. It should be in the middle, in the smack in the middle. So you give him enough time to rest up, but also keep their same level of fitness going without having to worry about losing money, potentially having to battle with NFL, other things like that. Because I think that's really what they're going for. They're trying to get back on that schedule of normalcy that they had in past years.
Right.
So I think you just need to find a middle ground. I don't mind the 50-game season. I think if you have 50 games, again, goes back to the rule of math, the rule of numbers. If you have a 50-game season, every game means what? Exponentially more.
That much more,
right.
Yeah. They're almost cutting it in half.
Yeah, but pretty much, yes.
Which they would also be cutting salaries in half, by the way.
That's true.
Almost in half.
That's true.
I saw a very interesting article that the NBA players would be getting a lot less money this season if they played a 50-game season.
I wonder if it's going to be a similar situation with the MLB and the MLBPA. That's what happened this year.
Yeah.
They couldn't come to a set goal for amount of games, what players are going to be paid. I wonder if it's going to be a similar situation with that. Again, it should be noted that the NBA does have a really good relationship with its players, so I don't think that it'll be that much static.
It's a players' league.
Yeah.
I think especially after the last couple seasons, it's going to be ultimately up to the players. I feel like the NBA just, they don't really bank the shots anymore. They ask the players what they want to do, and the players all decide, which,
players are making them a lot of money.
If it works, it works.
Yeah.
These players are making a lot of money. But you also got to think about not everybody's made on a $42 million deal like LeBron James and Steph Curry. Like, there are some people in the NBA that are not making
right
over $1 million.
Those guys at the end of the bench.
Those guys are going to be, cut down significantly. They're going to be down to. There's some guys down probably getting down to $300,000-$400,000 a year, which isn't bad. It's better than me.
Yeah,
but
I'd love to be getting paid $300,000 to $400,000 a year.
Yeah, but still, it's a lot of money. But still, you can't just take these high profile players and do what they want. You gotta take everyone's point of view. You got to make sure everyone's going to be able to survive. With them cutting pay and everything.
So logistically, you don't really mind. Well, I guess not logistically totally, but in terms of the game structure and how that would play out, do you have any problems with the 50-game season? Because honestly, I think that would make for even more exciting basketball.
Well, I think it would make for more exciting basketball as long as there's no back-to-back games. Because that's what I'm scared. You know me, I'm very against having 2 basketball games 2 days in a row.
This isn't baseball.
Yeah,
can't do that.
You can't do that. the only thing I'm worried about is the records. You can't. You can't have people beating like Wilt Chamberlain's record. Mitchell Robinson on the Knicks beat Wilt Chamberlain's record this year for like highest field goal percentage in a season. Mitchell Robinson only played 40 games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How's that fair? I hope that there is some. I mean, there's got to be some kind of rule that you got to put in.
Well, yeah, I'm sure also they've thought of all the... I mean, listen, we're saying this as if it's a done deal. Their talks are still in place. So we don't know if it's going to be a 50-game season. We don't know what day we're going to be starting on, if it's going to be 72 games, if it's going to be... We don't know yet. I think it's more set in stone that players won't have an All-Star weekend because, honestly, if you think about it, who would really be going to All-Star weekend?
No, they don't need an All-Star weekend.
They wouldn't really... I mean, they would probably get some people going, but they really wouldn't pack arenas. So what's the point of having it? Especially since nobody really... I mean, last year was an anomaly because it was actually decent. But besides from that, all-star ratings in the past couple years before that have been declining. So why even bother with that? Just give players a couple weeks off. Let them rest.
Well, I mean, that also brings up the question, what really is the point of All-Star Weekend?
Yeah, to highlight, showcase.
But no one's going to go hard. Like, you don't want to get injured.
Right.
There's not going to be any real... playing. I think the 3-point contest is interesting. The dunk contest is interesting once every couple decades. So like
I think what they did last year though was really, really inventive. They put a cap on the score and they did stuff for charity. I think that and we saw that night. Like if you remember, all the players were getting real competitive after that.
Well, real competitive. They were getting,
by the end
they were playing a game of basketball. They were doing what they should have been doing for the last 10 years.
Yeah. Ideally, if every All-Star weekend was like that, ratings would be up.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think they have been getting more creative with it. I think Dwayne Wade ruined last year's dunk contest.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what that was. I didn't even see the dunk contest. I just know that he really messed up.
He wanted to tie the score so that there would be an extra round, but he accidentally made what's-his-face win, and Aaron Gordon lost because Dwayne Wade messed up his math.
Yeah.
Which just shows that the dunk contest is bullshit anyway.
It's
like, are you really...
Yeah.
Like, are we really rating these guys, or are you're just trying to,
trying to get viewership out of it?
Put Dwayne Wade up on a stage and hold up a number, I love Dwayne Wade, but I looked at it, I was just like, come on, man. What are you doing?
Come on, man. Really, like, yo. Oh, shit, I forgot the sound effects are not. I was like, never mind. Keep going.
Yeah.
I was going to do the what?
No, I love Dwayne Wade, but it's just... I don't know. I think the dunk contest is stupid. And because Eric Gordon lost a second time in his career, he said he's never going to perform again.
Well, I wouldn't perform again if I got finessed like that.
That's what I'm saying.
What the fuck? Twice?
Which sucks because he might have had 2 of the best dunk contest performances of all time. Yeah. Of all time.
What did he do? Jumped over the Kia or something? Or was that... No, that was Chris Paul. Oh, no, it wasn't Chris Paul. That was
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin. No, he did the what? He jumped over the mascot, did a 360.
In 2016, I think, was the best year for basketball.
Yeah.
Period. Ever. Almost. If it's not the best, top 3.
That's a bold statement.
In my opinion.
That I couldn't... I really have to look into that a lot more.
I just think it was just the best season. We can get into it later. But that 2016 performance was so good. It made me really like All-Star Weekend a lot. And then this last one he had last year was also very good. Not quite as good, but it was very good too, and he deserved to win. And then Dwayne Wade was just like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna mess with you guys.
Yeah, I don't even. I mean, listen, he wasn't trying to go out of his way. I think, in truth, he had an altruistic mindset about it. So he wanted to see more dunking. He wanted the people to see more of that. Because obviously those two gentlemen, from what I've heard, were putting on a show.
Yeah, they were.
So
they were putting on a show.
I can understand where he was coming from, but dog, if you do that, you better not fuck up the math. Don't fuck up the math and then have everyone think. And especially, it doesn't help his case. It wasn't Derrick Jones Jr. that won?
I don't remember who.
From the Miami Heat? I think it was.
Derrick Jones Jr. is on the Knicks.
Derrick Jones Jr. is not on the Knicks.
No, he's not on the Knicks. I was thinking of what the other guy.
Let me look this up.
Who came from the Mavericks? Yeah, I think it was.
Derrick do you think it's Dennis Smith Jr.?
Dennis Smith Jr. Yeah, I think it was Derrick Jones Jr. They were putting on a show. I say don't even mess up the math. Don't try to tie it. Just give a honest, score.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the guy deserves a 10, give him a 10.
I could see that. I could. Yeah. I don't know. I just say I understand why he might have been. I can understand why he might have wanted to do that. I'm not saying it's necessarily the right thing to do, or I'm not saying it was a smart thing to do because you see what happened. Derrick Jones Jr. wins, and now everyone's like, "Oh wow, the Miami connection." And everyone just looks at you like you're caping caping for your home team. When in reality, again, that wasn't even what happened. But it's just a stupid move. But
yeah.
I also wanted to bring up Rising Stars.
I think the Rising Stars game is almost better than
the All-Star game in some senses.
Almost, yeah.
Because you get to see all the young talent go at it.
Yeah, not only that, it's just usually a little bit more competitive. And we're not last year, because last year the All-Star game was very competitive. But like in past years, I always find the Rising Star game just the players take it a little bit more seriously.
Yeah.
They're younger. They kind of want to show out a little bit more.
Right. They want to get eyes on them.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting. I like how they switch it up. In the past they did East versus West, and then they started doing freshmen versus sophomores, and they started doing USA versus World. I like the idea of USA versus World. You never know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
Both teams are very evenly matched. It's better than doing it East and West because Eastern Conference is usually a little bit weaker, which means that they have better rookies, which means the East is usually gonna win. But no, I like the Rising Stars games. How do you feel about it?
I was gonna say that's why I brought it up, man. I love them.
Yeah,
I
like it.
I feel like when I talk about the showcasing of players, that's what I'm really talking about. Because again, the All-Star game, everyone already got voted in.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the same thing with the Rising Stars game, correct?
I'm not sure. I never voted for Rising Star game.
I could be.
I voted for All Stars. I've never voted for Rising.
Okay, so regardless of how that works, though, people already know who's going to be in the. They're already All Stars, so there's already public. But the Rising Stars, you get to maybe if you're a hardcore fan like us, if you do a basketball podcast on it, you're going to know who those guys are. But if you're not necessarily the most informed viewer, that's a night where you get to look at a lot of guys and say, oh, wow, he might be my new favorite player. I'm going to keep a lookout for him. I might get his jersey, because he did some crazy shit. John Morant do it. I think he caught a lob from like Zion or the other way around or like Trae Young or something. I don't know. But again, it's a great way to showcase young players.
Yeah,
I just think for All-Star Weekend, you get rid of the Mountain Dew ball. Get rid of that. Just have it be straight three-pointers, which is something I know you agree with.
Yeah, that was going to say, yeah.
I think that you make the All-Star game a lot more competitive. Keep doing what you're doing last year.
Charity is good.
Keep the Rising Stars game for sure.
Yeah.
And the dunk contest, honestly, I'm chilling off of that. I'm chilling off of that.
I don't. Yeah, I think the dunk contest is a joke.
I don't ever watch it really.
Let it be a joke.
Yeah, I see enough clips on Instagram of guys at random parks doing some crazy shit, or on like a Lord Hoop posterizing some person.
Yeah.
I see that. That's enough.
It's strictly an opinion-based contest, which kind of discredits it in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. With the 3-point contest, it's
you can count
stats,
you can count 3-pointers, you can count All-Star game buckets, you can count Rising Stars. You can't count.
That's true.
Dwayne Wade might fuck up his math and accidentally make someone win when they didn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? If
something like that.
If that's an option on the table, you can't count it. All right, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Don't even watch it. It's not worth it.
Get it out of here. Honestly, and I've heard pack them up, man.
Pack them up. Get them out of here.
Among Us, great game by the way.
Yeah.
I was playing some last night. That shit was hilarious. But yeah, I think instead of the dunk contest, here's a little hot take, Naj, right? Instead of the dunk contest, you could do a 2v2 competition or some shit like that. 1v1s. 1v1s, not full court, definitely, but half court. And people could vote. Okay, hold on 1 sec. I'm doing this on the fly. I'm going to do this on the fly real quick. You have a 1v1 contest to determine the captains of each team. So no, that doesn't make any sense because then people would just vote them in.
You know, I might do more like horse.
Horse?
I
I've
might
heard that
almost
before.
because they did that last year during the pandemic.
That was, dude. They did that of like a 244p internet connection. That shit was ass.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, it was hard to watch.
It was so hard.
But I like
watch.
the idea of it. I'd almost prefer a horse contest rather than a dunk contest. But at the same time, I also feel like again, you know, there's only so many moves in the basketball vocabulary.
Right.
You know, eventually we're just going to be watching the same shit over and over again.
Well, the only reason I said 1v1, and I feel like you could do a 1v1 game with each of the players' matchups from the team. I guess maybe from the starting five, right? If you have the starting five from each team, each All-Star Weekend team, you have them go up against each other, and it has to be 3 dribbles. And
so king of the court.
King of the I was trying to remember the name of the game. King of the court, and you take it back on a make. Or no, excuse me, you
if you make it, you take it back.
You take it back.
The defender rotates. If the person doesn't make it, the defender switches to the offender.
Yeah,
and someone else from the line comes up.
Yeah.
I like that. I would watch that.
I would watch the shit out of that.
I'd take that over dunk contest.
Because then you'd get who were the captains last year? Giannis and LeBron.
Yeah.
You'd get a Giannis versus LeBron matchup. You'd get what? Anthony Davis versus Nikola Jokic. Wait, they're in the same conference. Excuse me. Well, actually, does that matter anymore?
No.
Do they? Yeah.
No,
so you get any.
Matter.
You can get any combination of great matchups. Think about that. And you could go down by position. So you could have, for instance, like a shooting guard like Clay go up against. Who am I thinking? Anyone. I mean, like, listen, like the possibilities are endless. You could go by position, center, power forward, small forward, shooting guard, point guard.
I also don't necessarily disagree with you have a tournament with each of the, not the conferences, but the conferences are broken up into 3 groups each. What are those called? You know what I'm
divisions?
talking about? Divisions, yeah. I'd say you have a tournament with each division to see who gets, and the winner of the tournament automatically gets first seed in that division.
What? For...
So.
Oh, you're talking about not even talking about All-Star Weekend.
It could happen during All-Star Weekend.
You're just talking about in general for the playoffs?
Yeah, maybe.
That's listen.
Maybe it's fucking dumb, but
no, it's not dumb. It's just wild. But I'm here for it.
You know how the seeding used to work in the NBA is that no matter what, if you were top of your division, you automatically get a spot in the first 4 seedings in the playoffs.
Right.
They changed that rule. I think it'd be interesting to bring back that rule, but instead of top spot in the division, you just win your division's tournament.
That'd be like a round robin format, like the NHL did this year.
Yeah, it'd be very difficult to coordinate that.
It'd be very difficult.
Yeah, it might take more than All-Star Weekend. However, maybe something along those lines, maybe not exactly that, maybe something on a smaller scale, that could be interesting.
What about an extended playoff for the trash bag teams at the bottom of each conference, like the Knicks and the fucking, for instance, just the Warriors this year? I know they're not going to be there. Sorry to shit on your team there, Nige,
but that's why they suck.
The trash bag teams that could get a shot at the playoffs. That would be that'd probably be that would be harder to coordinate than actually having the teams at the top of the conferences do it. But that could be interesting as well.
Well, I think the thing about that is that you'd have to wait for the top teams. The top team, the real playoffs.
That's true.
To be put on hold, and then you're losing momentum.
That's true.
We could go on for days.
Yeah.
With what if basketball.
Look at us, couple of presidents of operations at NBA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck it. If they need it, I'll do it.
If they need, bro, I would love to see a Nigel run NBA.
It'd be fun.
It'd be fire.
Yeah.
It'd be fire.
It'd be fire.
For sure.
Make the NBA great again.
What would you? Okay, so what's your first? You step into that office.
Yeah.
What's your first move?
First move?
Yeah. You could just do whatever the fuck you want. They're like, here's the keys.
I extend the season.
Past 82 games?
I'd make it. Not past 82 games, but I make it illegal to have a team play a game 2 days in a row.
Okay.
That cannot happen. We take all of those out for every team. I don't care how long it makes a season. Take them out.
Well, then you have to take into account that you're going to be again, well, I mean, this year the NBA did fine when competing with other sports like NFL, but you'd be, again, competing with NFL. And if we're considering this is a future in which there are fans allowed back in the stadiums, you'd be struggling with NHL and MLB. Maybe
I don't think it extended that much.
If you made each team play
82 games, no back-to-backs. They're already taking. There's very few back-to-backs in the modern NBA. I just
that
think the first thing I would do, no matter, maybe we got to start the season a little bit early, maybe we got to end it a little bit late, whatever.
Right.
You take out the back-to-back games.
Okay.
It's not going to happen ever again. Take them off the table. Can't put it in the rule book. That's the first thing I'd do. Put it in the rule book. No back-to-backs.
It would certainly help injury-prone players.
Absolutely.
It might make the talent in the league a little bit more rich. So I could definitely see that. But my only thing would be the time constraints that would present. But I'm not sure. Like, again, I'm trying to do the math in my head. I don't know how that would add up.
Well, we definitely have to look at a calendar.
Yeah.
And I'd get my top men on the project, and top women, of course. I'd get my top people
all
on the
about
project.
inclusivity.
Yeah. I'd get my top people on the project. What would be the first thing that you would do?
I don't know, man. Okay, are we throwing all logic out the window? Because I was asking as a joke and you just gave me a legitimately good answer. I'd probably, you know what? I would most likely have a system in which, because see, this is interesting. Maybe I'm just thinking off the top of my head, extend the playoff field a little bit.
Yeah.
And the first reason I would do that would just be because it might get rid of some tanking teams, or not get rid of tanking teams per se, but it might get rid of the what's the word I'm looking for? The need for certain teams to tank.
Yeah.
That would be the only thing that would come to my mind. But that's just literally off the dome.
Well, I think the biggest problem with that is that there is no, in a 7-game series.
Yeah.
There's no chance for the worst team to come out on top. It's very hard.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be the better team in order to win a 7-game series. In baseball, when you're playing best out of 3, or even football when you're playing best out of 1, there is a chance for the 8th seed to win.
Oh, then fuck it. You shorten each of the playoff series. Boom.
So you'd make each series out of 3 or 5?
I'd probably go like 5, yeah. See if that works.
I could see that happen.
Maybe get a little bit more parity in the league. I don't know.
Then you take away room for comebacks then.
That's true. This
it's hard.
This shit is hard, man.
Yeah.
This is why we're podcasters.
Yeah, no, we definitely have to put our top people on it.
Yeah,
but
who would be the top people? The cabinet.
I think we'd figure it out if we got our top people on.
If we really did the math and we sat down for a good maybe 30, 45 minutes, we're there.
Yeah, if someone had a problem with it, just cut that shit out.
Fire them on the spot.
You're fired. You're done.
We're gonna do like the Rob Manfred way. The MLB does it.
Yeah.
Just absolutely run the league into the ground.
I would also, I don't like how the NBA just has like these big discussions, and how Michael Jordan's word means more because he's Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He's the owner of the Charlotte Hornets. I say you organize a Senate.
Isn't the MLB PA kind of the Senate of the did I say the MLB? I meant the NBA PA. I think they're kind of the Senate of the NBA.
I'm not sure exactly how it works. I don't know much about how the NBA works, but I would take each team has to vote a representative in, and then that representative is required to attend meetings and voting on stuff and how things are going to work. You don't have to have a meeting every week, but twice a year might be nice. Voting where things are, who gets to play on Christmas Day, who gets to play on whenever, who plays season openers.
Right. Yeah, I've always wondered who decides that.
It's just the guy. They have a guy that does it.
That makes matchups.
I think I don't know if it's the commissioner, but it's someone very close to the commissioner.
Yeah.
And he just makes the whole season, and it's like, all right, like it's it's like he's running it like a family business. Like you're just gonna sit down and write a schedule one day. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it could be first thing I do.
Okay.
Fuck the back-to-back games. Keep them in. I don't care.
Okay.
I end the NBA award show.
Oh, I thought you were going to say end the NBA altogether.
No.
I shut down the entire league. Everything's gone.
You know what? I changed my mind. I just don't want it anymore. No, I shut down the NBA award show. Gone. Ripped from. It never happened. Pretend it never happened. Awful.
Why's that?
Horrible. I hate it. I hate it more than.
I don't even watch it. But
Exactly.
yeah, fair enough. Get it out of here. Pack them up.
Well, because they used to give out the NBA awards at like the team's one of their home games at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Maybe right before a playoff match.
Right. Talking like an MVP or something
MVP,
like that.
Stuff like that. And it was a smaller crowd, but it meant more because it was a home crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now I just feel like they set up an hour slot where they get to show really expensive commercials. And
right.
They wait. They keep the best for last. Obviously, like you do at any award
show.
show.
They keep the trophy in a Gucci Louis Vuitton box.
Right. They hand out the MVP award at the
presented
end of the,
by Kia. Like
at the end of the award show, it's like we don't. Stop trying to make the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like Derrick Rose got his MVP award in front of his home crowd. He gave a little speech, and then they played basketball.
Right.
That's what it was about.
Yeah.
Now it's like you get dressed up. It's like the Grammys, and the Grammys are fine, but how people feel about them. It's just like it's a publicity stunt.
To me, hot take, and this is not even basketball related. To me, award shows are overrated.
I agree.
Any type of award show.
I think people need to be recognized, but I feel like the NBA doing an award show is just them trying to be better than other sports.
Well, there's already the ESPYs, so why even have an NBA award show?
That's what I'm saying. You had a tradition. Bill, whatever award happened. I was gonna say Bill Russell comes out. Yeah, he does that in the finals. But whatever you do it in the home crowd. I like that better. You didn't have all the commercials and everything. And I feel like it meant more to the players. Now it's like, you win an award, you got to go up and fake cry, give a speech,
right.
And they have like all the pictures slow moving in the background. I just don't like it.
You could do that, and then you could have in the ESPYs. And again, if I'm being retarded right now and I don't know, if I'm being stupid right now and I don't know anything about the ESPYs, I feel like the NBA should have its own ESPYs section so that the NBA doesn't even have to have its own award show.
Maybe the.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The ESPY should have the NHL section, the MLB section, NFL section, NBA section, UFC combat sports section, whatever it is,
right.
And give out the best athlete in each, give out the best philanthropist in each. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how I don't watch any of these award shows.
I watch. I try to get.
I just watch like if Drake is hilarious or Peyton Manning.
Drake, I will say that first NBA award show.
That was funny.
Drake was very hilarious.
Drake was throwing shade, bro. He was bucking shots.
I still rewatch those clips
from time to time,
to be honest, because it was very funny. But the ones after that, there were no really great clips.
Nah. Forget about it.
I don't know. I like the idea of them getting their trophies in front of their home crowd. It meant more.
Yeah.
And if your team didn't make the playoffs, you didn't get your trophy in front of the home crowd. It's a
team
shame,
didn't get the trophy, bro. Pack it up. You're out of here.
If you want to be MVP, you got to work.
Gotta play your heart out. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to win that award in front of your home crowd. How are we doing on time?
We got 45 minutes. Well, we don't have 45 minutes. We're 45 minutes in.
Okay.
We could always call Kyle. We still gotta harass him because honestly, Kyle, if we're complaining about things, he's a Kyrie Irving fan.
Oh.
He likes Harden and the Rockets.
I kind of like Harden.
Well, no, but like he doesn't think that Harden gets to. He doesn't think that he flops or complains too much.
Okay, well he's wrong.
Basically, think of all my takes. Kyle is the absolute opposite of that.
Look, I told you before. The only reason I hate on Kyrie so much is because I was the biggest Kyrie fan ever.
Your idols become your rivals.
Yeah, well, not really. But I just expected so much of him, and then I just
kind of dropped off. Just became the heel.
He just disappointed me, and that's why I gave him so much hate. And I don't know if I've ever announced that on camera before, but that's why. Kyrie, I love you. I only hate you because I love you, man. I just want to see you do better.
That was a really emotionally charged moment right there.
I'm literally crying. No, not really.
Oh, all right. Should we call up Kyle?
Yeah, call Kyle.
We can call Kyle, and then, you know what? Honestly, this is going to be this is an interesting episode so far. This is like a kind of a what? It's like a tester episode.
Well, we're just shaking it out.
We're riffing, not rifting. Riffing, not rifting. Let's see. Okay. So the new update on this.
Are you gonna vote tomorrow?
I already voted.
Did you?
Oh, that's something we probably should have talked about as well. I did my civic duty and I voted over the weekend. What about you?
I'm voting tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
I went twice to the city to vote. The lines were just so long.
I was gonna say those lines must have been monstrous.
Yeah, I live in Manhattan, so I mean, people are just voting.
Voting out the ass.
Yeah. I also, I want to vote just because I can, but it's like New York's gonna go blue either way.
Oh, New York is going so blue. I mean, without getting into too much, are you Democrat?
I'm in the middle.
I'm like left to center.
Yeah, I'm usually lean a little bit more left.
Yeah. Doesn't matter either way.
No, it doesn't. But it's gonna go blue either way. There's no real point. It could have been anybody in there.
Well, it'll go blue, but at the same time, I feel like this election. I've been hearing the term thrown around that this election has so much importance when it does. I don't think it's the most important election in human history, as some people are touting it, but it definitely has a lot of weight to it.
It might be the most important election of our lifetimes.
Yeah, I'd say so. Unless some absolute, knock on wood, some absolute psychopath gets in, couple presidencies down the line, and we got to get him out of there. In that case, he'd probably get impeached anyways. But yes, this is a very important election.
Yes,
so
I agree.
We urge all.
But you should vote anyway, though.
Yeah,
I'm all for voting.
Just vote, exercise your right.
Absolutely. People died to give you that right.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Why not?
Go exercise it.
That's like if someone buys you cookies and you just let them sit there.
Yeah. It's also like,
Except that on so much of a more important scale.
You should just vote.
I really just boiled that down to cookies. That's crazy.
I will say that the more Instagram tells me to vote, the less I want to vote. I will say
that.
Yeah. Every time someone on Snapchat tells me to vote, it makes me want to vote for Trump just that much more.
That's wild. That's a wild take.
Cut it out. Get it out of here.
Cut it out of here.
Get it out of
here. We gotta go. We gotta go.
I
will say though, all those people that have their I voted stickers and they take a picture of it, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Just vote.
Yeah, just do it. Do it for you, not for me.
Do it for right. Do it for you, not for anyone else listening.
Yeah. We
are watching. We don't care.
Yeah. I also don't like it when people really tell me who they voted for, because I wouldn't tell anybody who I voted for.
No. Especially, too, we do this, so,
yeah.
And it's such a politically charged landscape, we can't.
Absolutely.
But again, I might be privy to have, because we're close friends, a somewhat political conversation with you, but I would never get into who we were voting for.
Yeah, no. When people ask me, and I'll be like, I voted for the better man. That's the answer.
I voted for the better man.
That's all you can say.
Tell me that doesn't sound like a Drake lyric.
It does sound like.
Couldn't you hear that, Drake? I voted for the better man. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
I did buy the Kanye West 2020 Vision hat.
Really?
I was gonna wear it on today, but I was like, let me not.
You're not just getting testy on this. I love it. Getting all the smoke, bro, on everything. All right, listen. Let me try to get Kyle on the line here. Big guy Kyle. Because I told him I was calling him. Kanye 2020 Vision, $60 for that hat.
Listen, it's already going for $450 on StockX.
All right, yes, you got. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
I'll back off. Yeah, that's fair enough. You gonna flip it?
I'm thinking about it.
You gotta flip that.
I don't know. Let's see how much it's worth in like a year.
You're gonna flip it. He's gonna get in for imagine if Kanye got it. That'd be. Come on, man. Talk about a shit show, man.
I do think he's running on an interesting. He's running on an interesting basis.
He's running on the birthday party.
The religious take.
The Jesus take. Well, he's registered under the birthday party, correct?
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Is that a real party?
I think it's what he thinks it is. I'm not sure. I don't know anymore. I think that if he thinks that if he gets in, it's going to be everyone's birthday party.
No. I mean, look, he's nuts, but he's not he's nuts. He's not stupid. I do like that England has like 5 parties. There's 2 main ones, but every once in a while you'll get like a green party in there or something.
Yeah, well, it's much more spread out here. It's. I'll tell you this, politics here are a lot more divisive than anywhere else. I feel like maybe in Britain, because I know in England it's very. There's the Tories and then there's the working group. So that's the only other place I could think that politics would be that divisive.
I just feel like in America, it's a reality TV show.
Oh, 100%.
That's why it's so divisive.
It's been like that, bro. It's been, and everyone chooses a side now. You can't. There's no. I feel like there's been a degradation of actual conversation.
Oh, absolutely. I haven't chosen a side. I hate both parties. For the record.
I think both have their downsides, man. And I think anyone that doesn't realize that is not thinking.
Yeah, just doesn't watch
analytically.
Yeah. All right, well, we tried.
What the hell is Kiki Chen? What is this? All right, whatever. Kyle's not getting called up. We got about 5 minutes left in the show. You want to wrap anything up?
Yeah, did we cover? Oh, the uniforms. We got to talk about the uniforms.
We want to talk about the uniforms real quick?
The Warriors uniforms, love them.
You like those?
Love them.
See, those are my probably second least favorite out of all these uniforms.
For real, really? Why?
The Nets one, well, I just don't like the color scheme.
Well, it's the We Believe Warriors, man. It's classic Oakland.
I know it's a classic, but just go with the classic ones then.
Yeah, but the old ones from like the 70s are kind of ugly.
Is it?
The We Believe Warriors with Monte Ellis, bro.
Those are the ones I like, but I'm not sure if these are. I know it's the same color scheme. I don't think it's exactly the same. They're not exactly,
because the old ones used to say Warriors. Now it says Oakland. But either way, I think they're cool though.
The Monte Ellis Warriors jerseys are fire.
The We Believe.
Yeah, I love those. I wasn't feeling it. I don't know why. I wasn't feeling it. Maybe it was the text or the font, the text font. Yeah. I don't know. Something about that was off.
It was the same font as the old ones.
You sure?
Yeah. It like curved up like a check mark almost. I don't know. As much as I talk shit about the Warriors, I do their jerseys love the Warriors. The jerseys are always fire. They have a proud history. They have loyal fans, especially when they're in competition with the Lakers and the Lakers.
the Lakers.
And then of course the whole where they built through the draft to get Steph Curry, Draymond Green. When KD went over there, it all changed. But I do love Warriors culture. I think Warriors culture is so cool. My roommate's from Oakland.
Yeah, he's a big Warriors guy, right? But he was around since the Monte Ellis days.
Yeah, well, I feel like people in Oakland are very much kind of similar. Like you support your team.
Right.
The Warriors have always been pretty decent. They were only very good recently, but they've always been decent. Like in the 90s, they had a couple good runs against the Bulls. They made to the Eastern Conference Finals a couple times. Monte Ellis Warriors, We Believe, playoff team. Yeah. Very consistently good. I think the Warriors are sick. I think they're a sick team.
I'd rep their jerseys if I felt like I wouldn't get bullied for them.
If I was from Oakland, I'd definitely be an Oakland fan.
You can't. I feel like it's sacrilege.
If I was from Oakland, I wouldn't be a Lakers fan. I'd be an Oakland fan. I would say that. Which I can't say that about many things. Like if I was in Sacramento, I probably wouldn't be a Kings fan.
No. Besides, those jerseys are fucking.
I don't like the Sacramento jerseys.
The blue almond sponsor on the like everything about that is ugly.
All right, we're just gonna start roasting Sacramento fans.
I don't care. I mean, they're fucking Sacramento, bro. Like. I mean, they're cool. They have a young team, but it's Sacramento.
I don't like their jerseys. I'll say that straight up.
Yeah.
I don't like their jerseys.
Their jerseys are ugly.
They're not a very historically great team either.
No, they're not. They're not. I mean, the Knicks historically.
The Knicks have been good.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I should say historically, since they've been trash, right?
Yeah.
They've been trash for a while, is what I'm trying to say.
About a little bit less than 10 years.
Yeah. But their jerseys have been pretty fire.
Jerseys have been all right. The Knicks. I'm a big Knicks fan. My favorite jerseys are not the Knicks, though.
Okay, what's your favorite jersey then?
Oh God. Oh, jeez. That's hard. Probably
putting you on the spot.
One of my favorites is definitely the 2016 Finals Cavs jerseys.
Those are nice.
I do. Wow, that's a hard one.
I really just put you on the spot there.
What's your favorite jersey?
Oklahoma City commemorating the bombings, the black and gold one. Those are probably my favorites. But there's a lot. There's a lot of them. I mean, we've already listen. Go check out the other one where we talked about it. There's a clip of us talking about our top 5 NBA jerseys. But
did we talk about past ones though?
We talked about.
I think we just talked about current.
You brought some past ones. I brought some future ones. You talked about the OVO Raptors jerseys.
Ooh. I love the throwback Toronto.
Yeah, you talked about that one. Those are really high.
The throwback Philadelphia Allen Iversons.
Yeah.
With the Sixers with the star.
Yeah.
Love those.
I'm not the biggest fan of those.
I know you told me that.
Again, it's the color scheme.
Yeah, I think the black and gold ones, I love that shit. I could eat that all day.
It's not something that I'd go out of my way to wear. Let's put it this way. But if someone gave it to me, I'd wear it over a sweatshirt.
Well, yeah, I'd hope.
You know, if someone's going to sauce me a free jersey and it happens to be that jersey, I'll wear damn near any jersey. Except if it's Golden State.
I know you're a big OKC guy, but I think the Seattle Supersonics,
they have some fire jerseys.
I think they had fire jerseys. I think they had a fire culture as well.
Yeah.
I mean, OKC is a very nice culture.
Yeah.
Like, they're very loyal fans. I think Seattle had a very good culture, though. I'm sad to see basketball leave Seattle.
Oh, wait. If I was president of the NBA, Supersonics coming back.
Would you move OKC back to Seattle?
No, just add on the Supersonics.
See, that's hard. That's hard, though.
I don't give a fuck.
Because
I want what I want.
OKC counts Supersonics as their history. Yeah. See, that's where it gets complicated. So you just make a new Seattle Supersonics.
I guess.
I might.
I did it on 2K the other day. Why can't I do it in real life?
I might say, okay, when OKC moved, Supersonics, we cut off that history. We call it a new team, and we're gonna resume the Supersonics, and they get to keep their history. The only thing is, like, KD has a Supersonics jersey.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, but I don't know. I feel like you could still keep. Maybe you tally it down on both records.
Yeah.
You just have it be Oklahoma City and also the new Seattle Supersonics.
You could do that. You could definitely do that.
I don't know. It's just me fucking around. I don't know. I mean, realistically, there'd be a lot more logistics you'd have to get into for that. But that would be something that I would definitely try to get done. Because you're correct. Imagine just Seattle sports in general. The Seahawks, the stadium they play in, isn't it one of the loudest stadiums in U.S. sports or something like that?
I believe so. I think Seattle's a big sports city. It was a shame to see that team move.
Well, I mean,
they were devastated when that happened.
Yeah, I'm not like too pressed because I'm a big OKC guy.
You're a huge OKC guy. Yeah. But like when I don't know how much you know about it, but like when the new owner moved in, he promised that the team wouldn't be moving because there were a lot of rumors going around about it. Because
so we pulled the KD.
They needed a new stadium because their stadium was outdated. They weren't really getting the fan retention that they wanted because of that. And he said, no, we're going to stay in Seattle for as long as I'm in charge. And then he moved. And then I think he was there for 5 years before they moved. I could be wrong about that, but I think that was the general story idea.
It's true, though, that a lot of people, and I see a lot of people rocking the Supersonics throwback jerseys.
Yeah.
So I think that culture is appreciated over time. If you were to I feel like a lot more people would pack up the stadium if you put in a new Seattle Supersonics team.
Yeah, I believe so.
There. I think so.
There's a WNBA team there.
Yeah. I just get a new. I don't know. That again, like there's so much more that we need to think about that. But yeah, that would be another thing that I would do. But to answer, what were we talking about? Jerseys. Favorite jersey of all time, probably. It'd have to be one of the OKC ones because I got into baseball. I got into basketball looking at those jerseys, so that always holds a special spot in my heart.
You know, I can't lie. I don't like the OKC jerseys.
Which ones? All of them?
Any of them.
Really?
There's some of them are tolerable.
Yeah.
But I would never look at it. I think those blue ones that say Oklahoma City, I think they're very ugly. And those are like their statement jerseys.
That's like their main.
Yeah. That's like that. I mean, like, I'm sorry. I think the black ones with the OKC written across the chest, I think those are okay.
Yeah.
I like those. Definitely not one of my favorites. I think those are pretty good. I hated the all orange one with the blue.
That was disgusting looking.
It was bad.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think OKC doesn't have very good, in my opinion. You know, respectfully, I don't think they have very good. But also, in my opinion, I'm also not the biggest fan of Knicks jerseys.
So you're not a big orange guy then?
You know, they got to do it right. Like the new Knicks ones where it's like all dark blue, and it says New York, and it's like for the firefighters.
Yeah,
first
you like that one?
I like that one. I'm not crazy about it just says New York all across the chest. I think I like the Carmelo Anthony.
I was gonna say you like the Carmelo.
I like the classic,
ones.
but
those are fire.
I love those jerseys. Don't get me wrong, because I'm a Knicks fan, but those are not. I wouldn't put that top 5 for me.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
But it holds more sentimental value.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, actually, because we're running out of time here, do you want to get back to real quick what we were talking about with the new NBA jerseys?
Yeah, sure. Well, we talked about Nets last time, right?
Talked about the Nets, but did you see the new one that looked like a kid drew it?
What do you mean?
There was like a crudely drawn Nets logo on it, and then there was what looked like almost a court draw up. I'll show you.
Yeah, show me.
Because it was a leak, and oh my god.
I know the Nets be doing that, like the Bed-Stuy jerseys. I'm not a huge fan of.
They one up themselves in terms of incompetency. I'm telling you.
Well, when you have high caliber players on your team, you can really just do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, you're the Nets also. I know you have KD and Kyrie, but relax. I do like the throwback, the blue throwbacks.
I do like those a lot.
The blue and reds are fire. So I give them a little slack, but one sec.
Ooh, the Miami Vice jerseys though.
Yeah, no, we talked about that too. Those are really fire.
Yeah, those are probably one of my favorites.
No pun intended. Those are fire. These. Look at how disgusting this looks. Looks like a third grader drew these.
You know, I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Why?
I don't hate it. I'm sorry, I don't hate it. I like these better than the Bed-Stuy ones.
I'd put that below the Bed-Stuy.
For real?
For sure.
I don't. I like these a little bit better.
I'd wear a Bed-Stuy before I ever got caught wearing that.
No, I'd wear this before I wore
that looks like I bought a Nets jersey and then etched my own stuff on it.
These are pretty nice, these ones.
Yeah, those are
with
nice.
The outlines.
I like those.
Those are pretty good. No, I don't mind them, bro. I don't mind them. Sorry.
All right. Listen.
They're definitely not one of my favorites. I like the other ones better, but I'd take those over the Bed-Stuy. I'll say this. I hate the Bed-Stuy jerseys more than I hate that.
Okay. Interesting. The Bed-Stuy to me would be more tolerable. I hate both, but.
Well, I just feel like the Nets, their uniforms are just so bland and boring. Like just black and white.
And when they try to do more with it, like this, or for instance the Bed-Stuy, it's just like, ugh.
I don't mind the tapered outsides of the other Nets jerseys. I don't mind them adding a little red and blue on it. I mean, they got to do something because they do just have some of the boring. I mean, even the court is black and white. I mean,
we're disagreeing a shit ton this episode.
Yeah, we
I
are.
like that court actually.
You know what? I think it's interesting. I don't like it though. Don't like
the
it.
cool gray gets a little bit annoying after a while. I will give you that.
Yeah.
The cool gray on that court, at first you're like, okay.
I just think it looks odd. You know what I'm saying? Like every NBA court kind of has similar themes and colors. I just think the Nets one just looks so off. It just looks like it's in Europe or something.
Yeah, could be. I mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe that's what it is.
Well, Brooklyn is pretty much Europe.
Boys. Brooklyn's it's the Europe of New York.
Well, they don't have the best.
That's funny.
Stadium, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, the Barclays Center's kind of trash.
Barclays Center's trash. It's nothing compared to Madison Square Garden.
But Madison Square Garden charges you $700 to sit up in the rafters. So there's that trade-off. I'm being over dramatic, but they charge you out the ass.
I went to 2 Knicks games at Madison Square Garden. I don't really like going when they're trash. The last time I went was like 2017.
Right.
They were pretty bad, but they weren't as bad as they are now. The last time I went was Carmelo Anthony was still on the team, and I sat up in the rafters. I had like my own table with a little TV watching the game live, and it wasn't that bad. And then I also sat at a game. I was right behind one of the baskets.
How much did those cost? That must have been.
It was a Christmas present. I'm sure it was expensive.
Yeah,
I think they were over $100 per ticket. But my mom got me 2. I took my high school soccer coach with me because he's a big basketball fan.
Right.
He taught me how to play basketball. It was like a birthday present for him too.
Okay.
It was very nice.
A little combination.
Yeah, no, it was cool. And also it's just like, going to Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying?
The atmosphere.
Yeah.
The atmosphere, I will say, at Madison Square Garden is second to none.
I've never been to the Barclays Center.
I've been once for a concert. It wasn't even a sporting event.
Yeah.
I've been in the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden for a fight.
Okay.
I watched a kickboxing match there.
Well, we're talking. I mean,
it's not basketball.
Some of the best basketball moments ever happened at Madison Square Garden, bro.
No matter if it's on the Knicks or from the Knicks.
Recently it hasn't been from the Knicks, but like, bro,
Jordan dropped his first 50-piece in Madison Square Garden.
Jordan always showed out the Garden. Kobe always showed out the Garden. LeBron always shows out at the Garden. It's just the Garden, man.
It's the Garden.
Listen, you're paying $15 for a beer for a reason.
Even if the beer is god awful.
It usually is.
Is it actually? Because again,
I've never drank at Madison Square. I have drank at Yankee Stadium.
I've heard Yankee Stadium same thing.
They did not want to take my ID. They were not having.
They're not feeling it.
They weren't feeling it. I had to convince them.
You took out your ID like Nigel, Spreading the Floor podcast.
The woman who I was getting the beer from had to get a second opinion from like a younger girl.
I'm picturing them like this, like they're like.
She was like, you're 21, and I was like, I showed you my ID, didn't I? And she like shows it to her friend, and her friend goes, you're 23, right? And I was like, yeah. Something like that.
Did you end up getting the drink?
Yeah, I got the
shitty
drink.
ass people.
I paid a lot of money for that drink. It wasn't the best beer, but it was something.
Yeah, I've never I don't drink, so I don't have anything to go off of in terms of referencing. But yeah. I've been told that it's kind of watered down piss water. Well, watered down piss.
You don't go to Yankee Stadium to get a 5-star meal. You know,
you go to watch a baseball game.
You go to buy a $25 burger, a $17 hot dog, and a $14 draft beer. At
the end of the night, you spent more on the food than you did on the tickets.
Oh yeah, bro. No, because when I went to my most recent time at Yankee Stadium, I was first row, right behind like the batter's box was right over here.
Right.
Awesome seats. I probably wouldn't go to a game if it wasn't like top 3 rows. And my boy got them for like $40 a piece. It was awesome. It was so cool.
I will say the energy at a MLB game or like a baseball game is very, very nice.
Oh my God, it's the best. It's just so chill.
Being there, you're just relaxing. You're watching grown men hit a ball.
Baseball, man.
Yeah.
And you go with your boys.
Yeah.
Or like your girl or something.
You fuck around.
Yeah, you're talking to some strangers. I met some there were like some, because my godfather who I went with and my other friend, my godfather, he was a first responder. He was a firefighter. Yeah. So he was like talking to some guys, and they were firefighters. And New York's just a big firefighter, city. Yeah. So I mean, it was just cool, man. It was just fucking awesome.
The amount of conversations I've had with people that are blackout drunk below me, I remember one time I was at a Yankees game, and I guess the ump had called a ball when it really was a strike, and everyone started booing, but I didn't see it. And I go, why are we booing? And then the guy that is below me, and he's clearly just pissed drunk because he's got 4 empty bottles right near him. He just turns around and he goes, I don't fucking know. I was like, I'm just booing. So, but baseball games are great. Again, I have never, well, that's not true. Have I been to an NBA game? I've been to one NBA game.
I've been to 2.
It was, the atmosphere in there was definitely its own beast entirely.
Yeah, well, it's more intense.
It's definitely more intense. Well, that's also, I feel like that's because of the speed of the game.
Yeah, definitely. It's more intense, and, well, I never went to, like, a high profile. I watched, my first game was the Knicks versus the Pistons. And then my second game was Knicks versus, oh, God, I couldn't even tell you. I don't even remember. Yeah. Probably, like, Nets or something. It might have been the Nets.
Crosstown rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, I've seen one NBA game, and then I saw one kickboxing fight at the smaller theater at Madison Square Garden. Never been to the Barclays Center.
We should go to a game.
That's what I'm saying. I've been saying that. We could do like a little podcast afterwards.
Yeah, we do a party afterwards. Or we could just we could do like the photo shoot.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I will tell you, tickets at the Garden are not cheap, and I don't want to go to Barclays Center, so we better start saving them now.
You better take out. You better start taking money out of your college fund.
I'm gonna lay it all on the table for you. These are our options. All right.
Okay. Go ahead. What are our options?
They are limited. All right. We're not going to Barclays Center. It's not happening.
It's either we get jumped outside of Barclays.
Yeah. I don't give a shit how bad the Knicks are. I will not go to a Nets game. All right. It's not happening.
No, I feel like as a Knicks fan though, you can't go to the. You can't go to the Barclays Center and watch a Nets game.
Absolutely not. I think my second game was Knicks versus like Sacramento. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, and you certainly can't be. Yeah, so I understand that though.
Because my mom went up to the ticket counter and she was like, about to buy me tickets for my birthday, and she was like, what games do you think the Knicks will win? And the woman was like, ooh.
She looked at the list like, no.
I had to wait like a couple months. But
they're like, we finally got one for you. The spread is pretty even. It's 50-50 on Sacramento. We don't know though. This is your best shot.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that both NBA games I've been to, the Knicks won both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched the Derrick Rose and Carmelo Anthony Knicks, and then I watched after Derrick Rose left, I think Carmelo was still on the team, and we went and watched Carmelo.
Did you ever see any Linsanity games?
Nah, that was before my time.
But
that was like 2012.
You were watching on TV?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't super into basketball when I was 12.
Yeah.
I played it in high school. I mean, I wasn't in high school when I was 12. I played it in middle school. I played it 7th grade. I played basketball. And also in elementary school, I played a decent amount too.
Yeah.
But I never really got into watching.
I got into watching when I was like 14 because I started playing NBA 2K14.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there. I was like, hey, yeah, this is fun to play. Let me watch it. And then that's also, too, that was right around the time where I got into soccer heavy.
Yeah.
So I was into the fast-paced, moving along fast kind of sports. So that's really what got me into it.
Yeah, I was at military school. We didn't really do anything. We didn't really have cable. So any kind of TV that we could watch, we just did it just because it was TV, and it was always NBA. Like the people who were in charge of us were very into basketball. So that's how I kind of got into it. I mean, I just remember, I think I started watching 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
I got more. Definitely 2016 was the season I fell in love with.
Oh, that's
the
why
game.
it holds sentimental.
No, but
value.
I think objectively too.
Objectively,
I also think soccer gets too much hate.
soccer gets a lot of hate for no reason.
And especially in America. Like, they love it overseas, but in America, people hate soccer.
I'll never forget, and don't give me flack for this.
Yeah.
This is my uncle who said it.
Okay.
I was watching Manchester City play a game because that was, again, I actually went to a sleepaway camp, and my counselor at the time was a big Manchester City fan. So I fell in love with Man City because of him, and I was watching a game at my uncle's house. I remember this. My uncle comes over, and there was a Seattle Seahawks game on at the same time. Family is a big Seattle Seahawks type family. Around when they were kind of battling, it was that year that they went to the Super Bowl with the Patriots. He was like, he comes over and he goes, "Turn that gay shit off. We're watching football." And I was like, it's not that bad. But I
should be like, "Papa, this is football too."
Papa, this is football. The true football. You kick the soccer ball and go in the net.
I like soccer. I think it's a very strategic. I like soccer. I do like soccer. Well, I think it gets a lot of. I was captain of varsity soccer 2 years in a row in high school.
What position? I know we've had this conversation before though.
I kind of played all positions, but I was midfield officially. But I was scoring. I was defensive. I was running back and forth. I was
keeper.
I was just one of the most athletic kids on the field. You know, not the most, but I was usually top 3.
Top 3 most athletic.
Yeah, and then it was at a high school, so not every player is very gifted. So if the ball was coming down, I would have to just run back with it. And I didn't mind doing it either. I could run, man. I can run.
I've seen you run.
I can run.
You got some wheels. We actually remember we played the soccer that one time.
Yeah.
Before everything shut down.
Yeah, no, I do like soccer. I wish I got more. I wish it was bigger in America because I'd watch soccer.
Well, the thing is, we got the MLS here.
Yeah, I've been to, you want a funny story? I did the color guard at a MLS, at a New York Soccer Club game.
Really?
That's where you march out on the field with the American
Right.
flag and the rifles. I did that. I was in charge of that detail.
I've been to 3 games. The probability that I've been to a game where you might have done a color guard before we even knew each other is wild.
Probably not.
Probably
I did
not.
it senior year. I don't know who they were playing, but we did stay for the whole game. It was at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. That's the only game I ever watched in person.
Yeah, I mean, listen, no, MLS is good. By American standards, it's good. And we've actually produced a lot of players. I think Alphonso Davies I could be talking out of my ass, but I know Alphonso Davies is from Canada and he went over to Bayern, but I think before that he was playing in the MLS. I could be wrong though, but yeah, the only problem is that we have MLS over here and that's not even remotely as good as the Barclays Premier League, or also known as the Premier League now, or the La Liga.
Also, my biggest problem with soccer is I just don't understand how it's organized.
What do you mean?
Like, what is FIFA, and why do they have a video game, and why does it only have some teams and not other teams?
Oh, yeah, it's a licensing issue. FIFA, and then there's PES, Pro Evolution Soccer.
That's the game.
That's
the video game.
Because Namco, they do PES, and then EA obviously does FIFA, so there's a whole licensing issue. That's why, if you look on FIFA this year, PES got the rights to, I think it's Juventus.
Okay.
So on FIFA this year, Juventus was Piemonte Calcio. So it had all the Ronaldo, all the players on it, but it was just called Piemonte Calcio, and it had a different logo.
That's crazy.
So there's an ongoing, essentially, bidding war between the 2 video games for who gets the rights to what teams. That's why you don't see all the teams necessarily. But FIFA is the overall governing body for soccer.
Okay. Well, I mean, I assume that it's just not that organized if you can just buy teams out. Like, I've never heard of, what's the other basketball guy? I never heard of 2K.
NBA Live.
Yeah, NBA. I never heard of NBA Live buying the rights to the Knicks.
Imagine.
Yeah,
Why?
and
Who would buy the rights to the Knicks?
And
dog?
then and then 2K has to call them like the Knickerbockers or something.
I was gonna
so,
say
yeah,
they're gonna have the trash. I'm not gonna say. I was gonna say the trash NY team, but
yeah,
that'd be savage.
Don't do that.
Don't. They said, you know what? No, that's it.
Yeah, don't do that. I don't know. Other sports are interesting to me. Basketball is definitely my number one, but I could sit down and watch a Yankees game. I could sit down and watch a soccer game.
Can't watch football.
You know what? I do like football. I appreciate it for what it is, but I'm just not the biggest football fan.
Yeah, I'll watch it from time to time. I think college football is great.
Yeah.
Especially because the amount of podcasting that comes from that is great too. But overall, I'll watch because I'm a Knicks. I mean, I'm not a Knicks fan. I got a Giants cap on. I'm a Giants fan. But
yeah,
of course, being a Giants fan is the football equivalent. Well, maybe the Jets are more like the Knicks. But the Giants, being a Giants fan is pretty sad.
I do. If I had to pick a football team, I'd say Giants.
Yeah, don't do the Jets.
Yeah,
they traded away all their star players. What are they now? They got to be at least something and one on the season. Jets record.
There's a reason that New York got the Jets, the Mets, and the Nets, man. we gotta have someone to not like.
Wow, they are 0-8 on the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta have someone to kind of just live our pain out through, I guess.
Yeah, I like football for what it is. I'm just not the biggest football fan.
Yeah.
It's just not really for me.
I like playing it better than watching it.
I think it's super fun to play.
The opposite way around, I did wrestling and MMA in high school. I definitely like watching MMA more than I do doing it because I don't get punched in the face.
Yeah.
But yes, it's pretty much the opposite way around with football.
What's better, college basketball or NBA?
Whoa. This is a fat episode and I love it.
Yeah.
See, okay, I was going to bring this up earlier. I think talent-wise, obviously, NBA gets it.
Oh, yeah.
But see, I was going to say culture and energy levels. College might get that. But yeah. I think NBA culture trumps college basketball just a little bit, but I think the college guys want it a lot more.
I disagree with you. I gotta disagree with you.
What do you think?
I think college basketball is better.
You think so?
Yeah, March Madness is better than the playoffs.
Yeah, well, that kind of ties into energy. I was going to say culture, but I also think in terms of culture just in general, the NBA is a lot more widely recognized. But if you talk about March Madness versus the playoffs, I'd much rather sit and watch a March Madness game. You're correct.
Yeah, I like how college basketball, it's two halves, no quarters. I think that's fucking dumb, honestly.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Interesting.
You start the game, you get a halftime. That's it. You keep going.
Right.
We didn't have quarters in high school. You know what I'm saying? You don't need it. I think the NBA games are just dragged out too long. I think the players are too tired by the end of them, which is fine. They're the best of the best. They should be able to play a full game. Anyways, I think March Madness is more exciting. I like that there's only one game, and you can be the 16th seed, and you can make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
there's
possible.
a lot more Cinderella stories.
Yeah, it's possible. The only thing I like better about the NBA is that people have whole careers in the NBA, whereas at college, the most you're going to see a kid is 4 years. And I also like that the NBA NCAA has a very rich history, don't get me wrong, but I think the NBA has a better history.
Yeah.
I could go through since 1970 and name most of the champions per year.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
I can't even come close to doing that in college. I don't even think I'd be able to tell you who won last year.
Yeah. Well, for the most part, I think I could be wrong because, again, I don't watch. I'll watch when March Madness comes on. I think last year was pretty interesting because some of the more marquee programs got out early, but for the most part, it's the programs you think are going to get in the mix. Xavier, Georgetown, Duke, NC State, or not NC State, UNC. We got spanked by UNC. What was it? That was coming into freshman year, right?
That was our.
Iona got spanked by UNC.
Year. Well, we were up at halftime.
We were up at half, but then we were up at half, and then UNC was like, "Wait a minute, we're UNC."
Yeah.
I'm stumbling all over the place today.
I don't know. I just feel like me and my mom can watch college basketball and just never get bored. And we'll just freak out together. About the game. In the NBA, it happens, but it's less common. Let's just put it this way, right? I think this will surmise it perfectly. I'd rather watch a Marquette versus Duke game than I'd watch a Sacramento versus the Lakers game. Yeah, that's a good point. I'd rather watch.
If it's in like the March Madness tournament, yeah.
I'd take a. I just like how unpredictable it is. I like how each game means more. Getting back to your point with the NBA, and I like how short and sweet it is. You got to go out and perform. And I think the NCAA, as far as game winners go,
crazier, way crazier.
They compete with the NBAs. They might be just as good, if not better.
I was gonna say I wouldn't say way crazier. Let me relax on that.
They're not way crazier, but like, do you remember? I think it was 2017 where he came down and hit that buzzer beater 3-pointer to win the championship. Like that's never happened in the NBA.
Right.
There's never been a Game 7 situation where someone hit a walk-off buzzer beater to win.
It's just crazy.
Ever.
And you know what?
That's happened multiple times in the NCAA.
Well, to your point, there are compilations you can look up on YouTube from each March Madness tournament.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That show the game winners from each. You know what I mean?
Oh my!
And it's just the energy around it is wild.
Well, because the NCAA is your chance to make it or break it. You know what I'm saying? If you perform during March Madness, you go into the NBA making millions of dollars, and if you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
So these kids are hungry. You know what I'm saying? These are kids with not as much skill as the NBA, but they want it more than they would if they were in the NBA. For the most part.
Yeah, I'd say in terms of player recognition, though, NBA definitely gets that. The last real college player that got, to me, a lot of recognition at maybe even the NBA level because he had the help of his dad there, or the hindrance of his dad, depending on which way you look at it.
Lonzo.
Nah,
Zion got a ton of.
Zion too, yeah, that's true.
Zion, tons of recognition. RJ Barrett got a lot too.
Yeah.
I think. Who's your favorite rookie?
Cam Reddish also got a lot of recognition. That whole Duke team.
Duke team was so OP, and then they didn't even win.
Talk about the 2014 Kentucky team too.
Who's the rookie of the year this year?
Ja Morant.
Ja Morant.
He came out of nowhere too.
Yeah, he didn't have it. Yeah, you called it.
Right, talking about what. But you were talking about guys that have come up through the NCAA tournament, the March Madness tournament. That is a golden example of that.
Yeah,
because he played his ass off.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Did I call that? Wait, what did I say?
Because I said. Zion goes first in the drafts, RJ goes second, and then maybe Ja Morant goes third. You said, no, I don't know. Ja Morant's looking like he's going to go number 2. And you were right. You're absolutely right.
See, you know what? I don't even know how I make these predictions.
Well, no, I mean, Ja Morant, listen, RJ played very well in college, but he did not play better than Ja Morant.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
It's unfortunate because I think he's doing great on the Knicks.
Superior rookie.
Yeah.
He came out as rookie of the year. Zion, when he came back, played very well, but I think Ja Morant was just the most consistent.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett was doing well, but
he's on the Knicks too. I mean, it's tough.
How often did you see RJ Barrett highlights? Like, let's be honest.
Well, that goes back to we were having this conversation way back.
Yeah.
You have guys. I think that Ja Morant kind of blends this he blends these two together well. You have guys that can drop big numbers but not have really many highlights.
Yeah, RJ Barrett's one of them. But
RJ Barrett is one of those guys, but also you have Ja Morant. You have Zion, who will do a 360 windmill dunk, but averages 20 points per game. I mean, that's still pretty good, but I'm just saying he'll have that big
class.
Right. He'll have that big highlight play that everyone sees, but then you have a guy like Ja Morant that can do both. Blend.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The only time I see RJ highlights is from the Knicks Instagram page, and even then, it's like I don't even think he starts.
He's a decent. I think he'll pan out.
He's decent, and I want to believe him because I'm a Knicks fan. But at the same time, it's just like, why couldn't we have just gotten Ja or Zion? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, remember it was spoken by. It was God's will. Zion to the Knicks. How many times have you heard that? Zion to the Knicks, bro. Zion,
I feel like we hear that with every overhyped.
The Knicks are gonna get the number 1 pick. We're gonna get the. I'm just every year. It's like, oh my God, we're gonna be. I don't know what's going on.
I was trying to do the guy crying effect, but
I wasn't listening. Sorry. No, it's just like every year we think we're gonna get such a good player.
Well, that was what happened with LaMelo this year. You guys thought that there was talks about.
We got like the number 8 pick.
I know. How does that even happen?
Bro, we haven't had the number 1 pick since Patrick Ewing. Since 1986, I want to say.
That's crazy. Imagine that.
I don't have to.
Yeah, well, I was just kind of thinking out loud. You really don't have to imagine that at all because you are living the pain of a Knicks fan.
It's awful, man. It's boo-boo. Bad news.
It's boo-boo, bad news.
Yeah.
Nigel, we've been going for an for an hour and a half.
Yeah, this one was a little bit longer.
This one was fun, though. This one was fun.
Yeah, no, it was good.
We'll have Max Gilson on the show next episode.
Okay, awesome.
A little teaser. Okay, this guy claims to have this money betting formula.
Okay.
So we'll grill him about that. We'll grill him about his network. He does very good work. Check him out, The Noise Media. Check out his podcast, The Noise Podcast. And he'll be on the show, and hopefully we'll be on his show as well at some point. He's going to be moving into a new studio. So we'll get that all figured out. We'll probably have him on next week. And, guys, before we end off, again, I just want to kind of finish off the way we started. Setbacks in life are merely roadblocks you have to get over. I have the utmost confidence in this podcast. I have the utmost confidence in you, Nigel, and myself. No problem, that we're going to create a great product for you guys every single episode, and we'll bring our A game. And this is proof, man. We're off. I guess we're off contract, right? We just did an hour 30 minutes of what I hope was engaging conversation.
Well, I think it was. I think the second half when we just started going off on just our tangent.
Yeah.
It wasn't strictly basketball, but I think it was very.
We might have to do that a little
fun.
more.
Yeah. No, it was definitely fun.
So, but yes, without further ado, guys, this would usually be where I do the code, but you know, to future endeavors, and hopefully we'll have another sponsor sometime soon.
Awesome.
That'll recognize our talent. All right, guys. Peace.
Peace out.